Hello and welcome to Grand Prix Yogyakarta coverage for the MSEM format. Today we're going to be watching the round 3 match between Kevin and Monger, both of whom are on Anarchist Thanksgiving. So Anarchist Thanksgiving is a black-red semi-aggro, semi-combo deck. It has a bunch of cheap recursive threats, and with the right hand, it can tutor up 2 Adiran Survivors, which is the card that you see Monger play right here. And 2 Adiran Survivors plus a sack outlet goes infinite and can win in multiple ways. And so we have the mirror of Adiran Survivor versus Adiran Survivor. It might just be Monger might just win by virtue of getting to play first. Tapping 2 for Egg of Avarice. Yep, this is the setup for the combo. So Monger now Egg of Avarice for another Adiran Survivor, and then next turn Egg of Avarice for a Devouring Flame. Also of notice that both players are currently up 2-0, so whoever wins this will make the cut for top 4. They'll also go on to face Blues, who is currently up 3-0 with Blue-Red Storm to determine who gets first seed. So Kevin tapping 2 for Egg. Could be considering whether or not to play Blood Art, because Blood Artist protects you from some of the combo. So it could be deciding Blood Artist versus Egg could be the decision here. I'd say that if Kevin has either another Adiran Survivor or Devouring Flame in hand, then play the Blood Artist now, if that's the decision that Kevin's worried about. Yep, okay, so Kevin is tapping out for Egg, and then searching for his own second copy of Adiran Survivor. No Unmasker. Okay, interesting choice. I think that this might be a mistake on Kevin's part. Yeah, no matter what Kevin takes, it takes the Blood Artist. Yeah, Monger has the combo no matter what, because they just, Egg for Devouring Flame, play Soul Warden or Young Necromancer as a sack. No. What is Monger doing? Monger could have just gotten Devouring Flame. I don't understand this play. With the life total Monger was at before, and the fact that Kevin is completely tapped out and only has one creature, the Devouring Flame combo is more deterministic than having to hit something off of Watch. Or is it that Monger doesn't have... No, Monger definitely does have Devouring Flame. Yeah, 4 copies. So not sure why he went for Autumnal Watch instead. Is he at 15 life? Because you only need 9 life to be able to do the Devouring Flame combo. And Monger has that, so I don't know why Monger's going for this non-deterministic kill. Because Monger does have a lot of drainers, but there is, in the form of all of these, but there is, the unfortunate thing where there could be all clustered at the bottom of Monger's library where Monger doesn't have enough to actually kill. While Devouring Flame is 100% guaranteed you win the game on the spot. So what other targets could Kevin have grabbed with Egg that turn? Nothing, I guess Unmasker was the most significant. Unmasker was the most significant hit. Monger's one of Soul's Pilgrim is really good here, as it turns out, in the mirror, because it's searchable via Egg. And Soul's Pilgrim is searchable via Egg, and then basically saves you from most, if not all, of the combos that occurred through opposing Adiran loops. And yeah, so Monger ended up having to kill regardless. So now we're going to game 2. Let's look at what pieces each player is going to be bringing in. For Monger, maybe Unmasker. Crack Open the Cage could be... Crack Open the Cage is probably coming in to grab Egg. I may be Stolen Secrets for the same reason, but I am skeptical. So Stolen Secrets and Unmasker is depending on how much Monger is willing to slow down his own combo in favor of grabbing Kevin's Egg. Crack Open the Cage, I think, is just good card selection plus killing opponent's egg, so I think it's going to come in regardless. Kevin, I think all 3 Sealed Tombs are coming in because they're just gas in this matchup. I think Starlit Rays may no. Well, Starlit Rays maybe because Monger's only on 3 basics, so and maybe more on Maskers. But I think so. 3 Sealed Tombs, maybe the 2 Starlit Rays and the 2 Unmaskers is my prediction for sideboarding. But yeah, as we saw there, it really was both players had comparable hands in terms of Adiran into turn 2 egg and then combo off. It was really just the die roll at the beginning of the game that determined who won. Okay, so Kevin takes the play. So assuming a similar situation to last time, Kevin should win. They're both keeping, which means they must have reasonably good hands. Okay, so the question is turn 1 Adiran or turn 1 Unmasker? And that's going to inform the direction. Yeah, turn 1 Unmasker. Wow, okay, I guess this is difficult. Depends on what Kevin has in hand. If Kevin wants to stay undisrupted, then grab Unmasker. Oh, Gift, okay. I don't know that this is the right choice because Monger can go Unmasker into Egg next turn, and then with Egg just combo off, unless Kevin has like another Unmasker, but even then. Like Kevin must have like a decent amount of redundancy. Okay, Scorch, Blood Artist, and 2 lands. That is pretty decent redundancy. But it's also, I don't know if it's very good versus Monger's deck, because a Scorch as removal in this deck, not super great. And without a way to take care of Kevin's egg, Monger can just egg for like combo pieces. And I don't know that Kevin will be faster, even with double Scorch and attacking with Unmasker. Oh, well, so Kevin must have drawn something. Kevin drew another Unmasker. This is huge. Unmasker, grab egg. Yeah, that was exactly the top deck Kevin needed. I don't know if Scorching... I feel like saving the Scorch for face would have been better. Or saving this... But I guess, okay. Actually, no, never mind. Playing the Scorch then was the right move, because if Monger top decked another egg, it would be really bad for Kevin. So Monger is now sitting on a hand of all lands, and must have top decked something. Top deck Young Necro. Which is pretty good here, not gonna lie, because it produces blockers for these Unmaskers, whatever Kevin does. So tapping 2 to grab back the Blood Artist, or... Oh no, Kevin drew into egg. This is huge. Yeah, so block 1. And then egg for... I don't think another Unmasker. I think now you try to go for the combo, so egg for Adiran. Because Monger's down to all lands in hand, and he knows that. Yep, egg for Adiran. And then next turn, if Kevin draws into either Devouring Flame or another Adiran, or actually depending, if Kevin basically draws into like any like Autumn will watch or Devouring Flame, or Adiran, then Kevin can go off next turn. Oh, but Monger has his own Adiran Survivor. Can't really do much without Egg, but it's something. It does mean that if Kevin doesn't have the combo with Devouring Flame here, like right this turn, which I think that No Man's Township means he doesn't, it means Monger will have 2 blockers next turn, which could stymie the Devouring Flame. So tapping 2 for... If this is another Egg, then this is game over. Oh no, grabbing back Blood Artist into hand, and then casting it. So now, for a Adiran Survivor, and what this does do is, with a sack outlet, which Kevin can search for next turn, this does go infinite next turn. I guess the issue is, like, if you Adiran Survivor for like Autumnal Watch, then you still need something to sack to bring the Adiran Survivors back without having to sack your Blood Artist. Also, yet Monger is bringing back his own Adiran Survivor, which means actually if Monger draws into one of his own sack outlets here, he just wins the game. Which, given he has Gift of the Phoenix, is actually a pretty reasonable ask. Oh, okay, Young Necro. The problem is, while that Blood Artist is around, Monger can't break parity. So Monger's probably gonna sack a Adiran Survivor and get his 1 copy of the Soul Sister. Oh no, Ash Speaker. Oh, to kill the Blood Artist. And Kevin forgot that each of his Blood Artist triggers on any creature, but we'll see. But yeah, this puts Monger in a really good position because it now means Monger can combo off in 2 turns. Wait, does Monger have... Oh, Kevin has Double Survivor, I forgot. But he can't win through Devouring Flame unless he has removal. Does Kevin still have that other Scorch? Kevin might still have that other Scorch. Because I saw 2 Scorches earlier, and I don't believe Kevin has used the other Scorch, in which case Kevin should have just straight went for Devouring Flame here. Oh, Seal the Tomb is a really good hit here. I don't think... Does Monger have another Adiran Survivor in Grave right now? Singularity's Grasp is also a good hit. That's Devouring Flame. I don't know. I guess Kevin is looking for a Blood Artist. At this point, I think... Like, he's getting to the point where he can't use the Devouring Flame combo. Because it needs 9 life. Dangerously close. Digging so deep, I don't think he's going to find it, though. He only has 7 more hits. Oh, this is going to be a heartbreaker, so... Down to... Oh my god. Down to 4 more hits. He's all in on this now. Like a gambler saying, hey, I can make it all back if I just hit that one lucky streak. Scorch does it here. If Kevin realizes that, because now Kevin can Scorch. No, actually he can't. Never mind, because the Devouring Flame will still take mana. So Kevin needs 1 more hit. Or Kevin can Kevin do 1 more hit? I don't know, I think that might be it, right? So that was sad. Kevin just dug through the top god knows how many cards of his deck to try and find a Blood Artist, but just didn't find a hit. Okay, Moment of Truth. Nope, another egg. So what are Kevin's options now? I think Singularity's Grasp for 1 is a must. Or wait, can Kevin still combo off this way with Disease Prophet and Slaughter? Okay, yeah, actually that does work. Wow, completely missed that line. So I am in fact the one who's a dummy. Forgot the Devouring Flame does not have forgot the Devouring Flame does not have haste, so Kevin to win that turn did need a Blood Artist effect. Also, for those of you who are confused as to how Kevin won, use the combo of Disease Prophet plus Desert Slaughterer. So with Desert Slaughterer in the grave, you can infinitely loop Desert Slaughterer by sacking Disease Prophet, and it comes back with Undying, removing a +1/+1 counter from Disease Prophet with Desert Slaughterer to bring the Desert Slaughterer back, and then you just loop that, and every time Disease Prophet enters the battlefield, it makes a player lose a life. So Monger being on the play here is huge and probably means that Monger wins the set. Unless Monger draws atrociously here. Both players have kept their initial hands so far. They really just need either Disruption or Egg. And Monger is going to take the first mulligan. Which, given London mulligan, 2 mulligans? But given London mulligan, it's not so bad. You can mull aggressively, but also mulling to 5 doesn't bode well. Kevin is also mulliganing. And keeping at 6. Okay. So Monger starting off his first turn with Devouring Flame. Okay. So unless Kevin has like a Scorch here, or like Unmasker, Monger could conceivably go double Adiran and have the turn 2 here. And Kevin played a tap line, so. Okay, that's double black. Or is this going to be tutoring for Egg? Egg, sack Devouring Flame, get Adiran? I guess that means Monger's. That feels weird. Because I think you'd want to keep Flame in these cases. Was Monger's only 1-drop Devouring Flame? I guess Monger's plan is Adiran Survivor, and then tutor Devouring Flame. And I don't know what are the last 2 cards in Monger's hand. Kevin playing another tap land, which is generally not where you want to be on a deck that's supposed to be as aggressively fast as Anarchist Thanksgiving, and just passing. To me, this signals that Kevin has sealed a tomb and is waiting for Monger to Egg of Avarice, Adiran Survivor, and then seal the tomb Adiran. Because once Adiran is sealed, that cuts is out of the picture. Most of them, the deck still has legs, but all of the dangerous loops are no longer viable. And unlike Kevin's deck, which has a secondary plan of Desert Slaughter and Disease Prophet, Monger doesn't have that. So I think Monger is thinking about that right now. But I guess Monger decides that that's his only game plan anyways. Oh, okay, and I guess no response, so maybe a red herring. What else does Kevin have at instant speed? basically nothing else. So this just signals that Kevin kept a very slow 6, which seems like a mistake. So we're going to see what Kevin kept here. Okay, now in response. See, okay, yeah, here comes the Seal the Tomb. And then exile all the survivors. So now Monger has a much more uphill battle. Oh, and Monger had an Adiran survivor in hand. Oh no. Oh no. Wait, so if Monger had a Adiran survivor in hand, why didn't Monger just play a Adiran survivor, then egg for devouring, like then egg for another survivor, and then devouring flame? Meanwhile, the Starlit Raises did come in, but Monger has one basic, and that's basically what all the deck needs to function. Gift of the Phoenix, Diseased Prophet, Autumnal Watch, Starlit Rays, Twilight Blade. I think Kevin's game plan is the Desert Slaughterer combo here then, because you have Watch, you have Disease Prophet, you can hope to gift the Phoenix into Desert Slaughterer. And Monger has the board presence right now, despite basically having been sealed attuned out of the game. So that tells us that Kevin drew into another land. Tapping 3 for Disease Prophet, or no? For Disease Prophet. So I think Monger's plan is probably now just attack, and then main phase 2 sack to find the Soul Sister to protect himself from the Disease Prophet combo. Or could go for Unmasker and grab Autumnal Watch and stuff, but I think going for the Soul Sister is the safer play. Pre-combat. Interesting. Ash Speaker? Ash Speaker seems like a weird choice here. Ping Disease Prophet? But Prophet has Undying. Does Monger have another way of killing it? Doesn't have any mainboard removal, so I don't know what's going on here, Chief. Tapping 2 for another egg. And I guess sacrifice Twilight Blade for a Soul Sister or Unmasker. Okay, so I guess keeping egg surprising does work, and it allows Monger to use egg in response to like Scorch. So Kevin's probably going to give to the Phoenix Autumnal Watch here. So tapping a black for Unmasker. Okay. Monger Monger literally only has a land in hand. Yep, gift to the Phoenix. Discarding Starlit Rays because Monger has one basic anyways. It's just tough because Kevin either needs removal for... Okay, there's Autumnal Watch. Removal for both eggs. Or like... I guess... Or Kevin could just conceivably like not go for the combo and just be like, I have board presence. Your attempt to have a Soul Sister on deck doesn't do enough. Okay, Monger top deck, gift to the Phoenix. The problem is Monger just dies to Kevin having stuff on board. Okay, Devouring Flame. And he's going to egg the Devouring Flame for what? Because I guess Monger is below the light. No, Monger could still kill Kevin with the Devouring Flame combo next turn. I guess the problem is Kevin has too many blockers for that. So Ash Speaker, kill Autumnal Watch. Man, I don't know if I agree with these eggings, not gonna lie. Yep, and Kevin's swinging out for 4. Monger is on a 2-turn clock. And Monger blocking, so Monger will take 1 damage because take 2 from Unmasker, but gain 1 from Twilight. Monger is literally has nothing in hand. So getting back Twilight Blade, playing oh no, flips Starlit Rays. Oh, this is really bad. So Monger's now cut off red mana. Let's see, what does that actually mean? So all Autumnal Watches are off the table. Devouring Flame is. Fretport Mob is off the table. Monger still has like access to like a decent amount of his deck. Doesn't have access to Crack Open, Decay Short, Gift of the Phoenix. I guess Monger passed and is now okay. Tap 4, get back Twilight Blade, and then play Twilight Blade. Yeah. So Monger really needs something really strong here. Egg does give Monger lots of options, just needs a creature. So that's Twilight Blade, which is not bad. Does Monger have more? I don't think Monger has more Ash Speakers in this deck, so he can't like point and click kill things anymore. Yeah, there's only 2 Ash Speakers from the side. So yeah, not sure what Monger would search for with Egg, if anything here. Yeah, just going to end. Probably just trade with Twilight Blade. Yeah, I guess Monger's plan is just hope Kevin doesn't draw creatures and then hope you draw creatures to use as blockers. And if Kevin has Scorch, then Monger just loses. Yeah, but Monger knows the one line that kills him here. Tap 2, set 2 isn't Scorch. Another Twilight Blade. And then red for Gift of the Phoenix. Discarding Disease Prophet, okay. If this is another Unmasker, it's game over. No, it's Adiran Survivor, but I think this is still game over because Monger has no way. Like, there's no. Like, Monger would need 3 creatures to be able to. And even if Monger blocks all 3 of these creatures, then Twilight Blade triggers just stack and kill Monger. I don't think there's any way for Monger to win this game. So yeah, Monger has another Twilight Blade, but yeah. Yeah, so good games. Kevin wins 2-1, and we'll move on to the top 4 bracket. Monger still isn't out of it. Monger just goes to a 2-1 set record, and we'll still have the chance to beat someone in round 4 and have a 3-1 record, which will still carry Monger into the top 4. But yeah, Monger, like I said, I really thought that Monger going first this game would give him like a strong advantage, but then having to multi-5 just I think completely tore him apart. Hey Monger.
Hey, how's it going?
Going pretty good. Should we wait for Kevin, or do you want to just start now?
It might be cleaner to wait for Kevin.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey Kevin.
Hey.
So first of all, congrats, Kevin. That
3-0.
was a really close set, and it was pretty fun to watch. I went in here expecting it to be like a lot more of a snooze fest than it was. It ended up being a lot more of a back and forth game. So I guess my first question would be is that I think this is the first Ditto we've seen this entire tournament. So what were the considerations each of you made in regards to in regards to facing the Ditto, both in terms of when you initially were making your sideboards and like before this game when you were just thinking about like what lines you had to play.
I mean, like, I know I brought in game 2, I brought in Singularity's Grasp, but I ended up taking that out. It just seemed just slightly too slow if he's going to combo off.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, I brought in those Starlit Raises, the rest of the Unmaskers, Nature's Claim, and, of course, Sealed the Tomb, which really sealed the game.
Mm-hmm.
So this isn't quite the first Ditto that we've had, because we played in the skirmish before. I think those games were a lot less close. I think you just got the combo like turn 4 both times. But
yeah, and actually, no, the first time I played like this deck was also against you in the mirror. It seems like we're kind of
in testing.
We're kind of fated to have that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so for me, I just tuned my sideboard towards stopping things that would stop me from comboing off. So I couldn't really bring in Stolen Secrets here. So I just brought in the Unmasker, and I realized that Ash Speaker could just hit a lot of the 1 toughness terrain creatures that are needed to actually combo from the other side. So I brought those in as well. And I took out the Crack the Catches and some of the miscellaneous 1-drops.
Oh, you took out Crack the Cache. Okay, that's interesting. I thought you'd keep it in as like a kill target egg. And also like potentially like put an Adiran or something into the graveyard and draw a card.
So the thing with killing egg is that if they immediately if they cast egg and then you kill it after they've already cracked something, then they've already gotten value out of that. And while that may be a good play for somebody looking to grind them out, my goal was still just keep comboing off. So doing something that denies value as opposed to something that gains me value was not really a good play, as opposed to Unmasker, which is a really good disruptive tempo piece.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Unmasker really did a lot of work in this matchup, I think.
What was that thing? Key was like Unmasker was a 2-drop that just had the generic cost removed, which I felt that a lot this game, and a bit this past whenever I see it played against me.
It's just like such a strong tempo play, especially against like decks like yours, which are aiming to like play 1-drop, play 2-drop, win the game. It's like, oh, suddenly like you actually have to wait until turn 4, and you're like, excuse me, turn 4. The game should be over by then. What do you mean?
Exactly.
It's a strong tempo play, and it's also a 2-power thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it was game 2, or maybe even 3, but I couldn't kill the Unmasker, so I took like 10 points of damage from it.
Yep.
Yeah. And those like Twilight.
Kevin just kind of like outboard advantaged you game 3.
Yeah, I've been beating myself up about not casting that Survivor.
Yeah, I definitely think that like this particular, like my version is a bit more grindy, while Monger's is a bit more like heavy combo. Like mine's still heavy on the combo, but it sacrificed a little bit of that for some grindy, which we really saw in this show.
Mm-hmm. Just like fewer sack outlets, more generic good creatures.
I will say that
to do with other creature decks.
I will say though, you were talking about the Scorch. Like the more I play this, the more I feel like the Scorch was a mistake to put in here. Like I just kind of put it in there just because it's Scorch, but really it's not doing much.
I would also agree with that. I mentioned it because I was pretty sure that you just had it in the hand to kill me that turn. So
yeah.
Yeah, I think one interesting thing that I only realized once Monger was playing stuff like Egg giving you access to the Soul Sister is really strong versus in the mirror versus opponents trying to combo off. Because if you know that you're going to be slower than them, you can just kind of like hold Egg up and be like, if you threaten to combo off, I'm just going to grab my Soul Sister and gain a bunch of life and deny you that.
So you have to do that the turn before. So
yeah, sorcery.
But yeah, similar thing.
Oh, yeah, I guess sorcery.
That's one thing I'm scared about versus just nobody's deck if I get that far.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, the Soul Sister that I put in was not the good Soul Sister. Like I'm legitimately shocked that it actually did something game 1.
Yeah, like it really like I think at least with this deck, you don't really consider it all that often when it comes to like your life total, but we definitely saw like the life total become an actual concern here because of just
Especially for
because of how much it limits watch loops. Yeah.
yeah, I'd say so. Although the easy way to deal with that is just get lucky, easy.
Yeah, I'll admit when I saw that early, I think what it was game 2, you had the turn, game 3, you had the turn 1 flame, and I was just like, am I really getting turn 2 with a tap land?
I wish. I don't think I even had any survivors in hand that game, so.
Wait, but then there was the survivor that you exiled from your hand to seal the tomb.
Oh.
Yeah, you did have one in.
Yes, I did. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did I draw it?
Yeah.
I might have drawn that at some other point, but I just remember I was not even thinking about the turn 2 being a possibility.
Yeah, when I saw you play Egg and then sack Devouring Flame, I was like, oh no. It's like Monger's hand is real desperate.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing with running 8 sack outlets. It's okay to sack your 1 mana sack outlet because you can also just tutor it later.
I mean, fair, but then that also like because Kevin had like definitely like a very stumbly start, and if you had like
the mana is definitely kind of.
I mean, the seal the tomb was just backbreaking, especially because like you didn't have that many cards in hand, and just stealing a Durin on top of like stealing a Durin from hand on top of just denying you the combo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's even the whole reason I have Young Necro in there, because then it combos off of 1 survivor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like the combo deck is vulnerable to sideboard, which is why we shouldn't nerf it. Just leave it. Just leave it as it is.
That's why we should unban Mystic Meddling.
Exactly.
I
Unban
mean,
Savage
guys, Seal the Tomb costs 1 mana. It's so easy.
Ash Speaker costs 1 mana.
It's just like in Modern, where Leyline and Surgical cost 0 mana. See, in Modern is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Modern has 0 problems with any form of graveyard deck. Like,
Oh god.
Yeah, I kind of wish I was playing the PT deck at that moment, because then that has the backup combo.
yeah, like, I'm definitely glad I kept in Desert Slaughterer combo.
Yeah, I was kind of sus of Desert Slaughter combo at first because like playing a 3 mana card and like some other stuff, I was like big sus. But then also like it just makes the deck even more resilient than it already is.
Yeah, and Disease Prophet is just like an okay grinding card.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Oh man, and so from the looks of it, I'm going to be matched up against Blue Clips.
Yep.
It says Storm, right?
Yeah.
Blues does have like a good amount of interaction in terms of like burn to kill non-Adiran survivor type stuff, and then counter spells for everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Arcane Genesis is going to be one to look out for.
The redo is probably not going to be relevant ever, except against like maybe Aegon too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Wait, why does Blues have Lost in Smoke in the sideboard? What is that for?
For Guiding Light, Serene Prayer.
That's smart. That's 1 mana less than everything else, than the Festival of Winter's Night. That's smart.
Because you only really needed 1 turn, essentially.
Very true. But then depending on what you have in grave, that can also be the turn you infuse, even if it's in your graveyard.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who has the faster combo.
Yeah, I'm not like Blues. I think has like a really good game plan in terms of like they can choose to combo off like turn 3, turn 4, but also like they're perfectly content playing like just playing control and then having infuse as an I win button once they've run you out of resources.
Yeah, and Chains of Subdual is definitely going to be a rough one.
Yeah. I was expecting like main board chains or something. That's why I had the catches.
Like this tournament.
Yeah.
I think people
It's
were
like, oh, I'm going to out meta the meta.
Yeah, I don't think people were like as
No.
aware of like they were aware of Adiran Survivor, but I don't think that like because Pip didn't know about the turn two until like Skrull mentioned the turn two after deck lists were submitted.
Yeah.
Okay, and I
Yeah,
think
we
like a
hadn't
little bit
really
of that is
talked
like
much about that.
people like hop in and out of channels. So like I saw that like Kevin was brewing something new, but I didn't see like what it was. And I think I also missed I missed Adiran Survivor for a while because it was one of like the 3 cards that were changed like after the set got into the format, which is
Mhm.
I have my opinions on that, but yeah.
I guess we gotta look out for the next broken deck, Heroism.
It's the principle of the thing, Monger.
I agree with that, I think. Well, I think that I would be less okay with that in the wild card. I think that just since the change happened so late, the council, that's more of a council end thing.
Yeah, I know the deck is strong. I just hope it survives whatever change they make.
Mm-hmm. I don't think that the Adiran combo loops will survive, but I think that like old Antanks style like grindy aggro will still be around.
Oh, absolutely. Again, like old Anthanks now has access to the Vibrant Rapture Evangel combo, so that's good. So that's relatively big, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though we do have like the thing of like both of the new Anthanks decks are sitting at like good set records. Meanwhile, the other Anthanks deck is like I think 0-2 right now. So, and like I know JN was having trouble with it, before, like back
Yeah,
when he
that's
was playing
really
it.
the
How was that?
redheaded stepchild here. Yeah. Who's running that? It's Schism.
Vanished. It's also running. It just seems to be pretty slow. Actually, what have their matchups been?
It's been Pip, which
Against blueless tokens, and then Pip. And Pip was on Nin this year. No, Lance. So it's literally been up against a combo deck and then a fast aggro deck. So doesn't seem like good matchups.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been able to?
Well, blueless tokens is more of like I think blueless tokens is kind of comparable to Anthanks, so they're both like aggressively oriented decks that have like mid-range-ish pieces. They're not all in aggro.
Okay, I guess I'm just thinking of like the nut draws of like turn 3 Patriarch swing for 9. Although I guess that's even less likely now that it's blueless because it's all 3 CMC stuff.
No, yeah, you can do like you can do like turn 2 Patriarch, turn 3 Siguratam, mwahahaha. But there's also like more grindy options because I think it's playing Invalidate, it's playing Crystal Wave, it's playing like a lot more like tempo-y pieces.
Yeah, very grindy. I agree. I think that was a bit premature of me.
Yeah, it's very much, I think, like it's like a weird mesh of like your Angel Touch deck, but without the like insane top end, and instead opting for faster kills.
Yeah, and of course Duke Gerard Hoff.
Yeah, the problem Duke Gerard Hoff is great, except in this meta in which it's awful.
Tada.
Yeah.
Sacrifice time.
Can I have Duke Hoff for Anthem? For Anthem? Yes. Actually uses as sacrifice fodder. Survivor time.
Yeah. Yes. We do need to figure out a name for whatever degenerate meta Survivor creates the
Adiran
summer of
would-
Survivor just feels too lazy. Adiran August.
Ooh,
Survivor
It's a good one.
September. It's not September yet, but then that gives me an excuse to use the song September as the theme song for this season.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So yes, it matters.
So let's see, who else is 2-0 right now that might be? Yeah, so I'm basically guaranteed at this point then to play against blue.
No, you're
Mhm.
100% guaranteed to play against Blues.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just like I'm 100 canteen. Just like I'm 100. Wait, no, I'm not 100% to play against Caillou. I forgot that there are other matches.
Yeah, so the people who are 1-1 right now are there's CFD Sock versus Cyber. So they're also potential opponents. As are Pip and Key. I don't have to play Key because I've already played them, same with Pip. So my potential opponents are Fluffy, Cyber,
Played Scrawl and
CFT Sock, Scrawl, or you, basically.
Because I have Key, Fluffy, or Pip.
Mm-hmm. I think in terms of matchups, I think you're pretty favored versus me, especially main board.
You're on Nin Hasir, right?
Yep, I'm on Inhasir.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah,
Like
especially
what?
because all your burn stuff is sorcery speed, so I can just like hold stuff in hand.
Yeah, my only instant speed stuff is what do you call it? I have
Roggers.
Rogs and I have Sand Scatter out of the board.
I do think Azan would be pretty good, and actually Guiding Light would be pretty good since Blood Artist targets, and I believe Twilight Blade targets.
Twilight Blade does not target. That's what makes it super great. Blood Artist targets. False Prophet targets.
No, Disease Prophet is each opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, not Disease. False Prophet. The one that you sack a creature. Target player puts the top 2 cards of their library into the graveyard.
Merchant of Death.
Yeah, that's Merchant of False Lives.
Merchant, Prophet, same thing.
No difference.
It's like corporate wants you to tell me the difference between these two pictures. They are the same picture. Yeah, I have Sigil, I have Guiding Light, I have Sand Scatter. Chaldron's Rage also does a lot against Monger's deck, but it's still like an uphill battle, even out of the board.
Yeah, Azan, alright.
But you gotta hit the right things with Stolen Secrets, I guess.
Oof.
Indeed. Though I will say, no offense, Monger, but between our two decks, I definitely think mine has the better name.
So I think that yours has the better. I think that this version of yours is better, but I personally think that Survivor decks are still better just going all in combo. I think that I just kind of beefed it by.
No, I'm not talking about the deck. I'm talking about the name.
Oh, the name. Oh my days. I would definitely agree with that. I was not creative.
What,
I think I
don't even. What does Adiran City Shuffle even mean? What does that mean?
Like the Kansas City Shuffle.
Oh.
The what now? I wish we had Rhythm Bot in the server so I could call that up right now. I have no clue what you're talking about.
Oh, well, then we'd have to move boys, but yeah.
You know what? I like Mongers because, actually no, I hate Mongers because it's fall, but then you call it
inaccurate.
Christmas.
Yes, because I figured it was better than holiday inserted in August, so that way workers can get an even amount of time off.
Anarchist Labor Day.
Ta-da.
Wait, isn't Labor Day in like a few weeks? That would work perfectly.
It would, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then we need like Anarchist Halloween, just a different iteration of the deck for every holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Spooky.
Be
How did
All
you
right.
get
Well, it's like 1 p.m., so I got to go eat. So good luck in the next round.
Okay, yeah. So
same to you.
and thank you
See
guys
you
for
around.
joining me.
Thank you for having us.
Indeed.